So today is our first segment of Meet the Team with the Kinsey Standard. Today we are meeting Kinsey. She is the CEO of the Kinsey Standard and she's been with the company for 8 years. A fun fact of her is she's been to 41 continental United States for more than one day. Hey Kinsey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I just have a couple questions for you today. The first one is, why did you choose the Kinsey Standard?
I think the first thing that really attracted me to the business when I was going through the interview process was the person that I was interviewing was just a really unbelievable communicator. And the skill that he had in communication and in marketing and in leadership, I just really wanted. And I knew that in order to grow in my career, that was a skill that I really wanted to develop, and they were willing to develop me. So I was really excited about the position because of that.
Great, I'm glad to hear that. Next question I have for you is, what is your favorite part about the company?
Ooh, that's a hard one. There's so many things. But I would say my favorite thing is people. You know, I love the relationships that I've built, you know, in the last 8 years. I've met my best friends, you know, through the company. I would say that I love, you know, just the culture overall. You know, we have a really awesome team, and, you know, everyone on the team is just really down to earth, humble, great people, but also competitive and driven and definitely very like-minded. So I would just say definitely my favorite part is the people.
Yeah, it's very good to just have those great people and those great connections.
Yeah, totally.
What is your favorite story or memory from working here?
Ooh, I'll tell you a funny story, and then I'll tell you a real story. So my funny story, I was doing an interview about 4 years ago, and the guy actually brought in his guitar and serenaded me during his interview process. This is probably my favorite funny memory, but I would say my favorite memory is last year. Every single person in my organization either won an award or was nominated for an award at our huge award ceremony in Mexico, and so that was just such a humbling moment for me. It's so, it's great to see success yourself, but it's so much more fun when, you know, you can share that success with others, and I was just really proud of my team at that point.
Those are definitely some good stories. Thanks for sharing those. What is the biggest challenge you've had from working at the Kinsey Standard?
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton. You know, we've grown a bunch as a company. You know, the last 8 years have been, a lot of development, a lot of learning, a lot of adapting. But I think this year in particular with COVID definitely has been, you know, the largest challenge that we've dealt with so far. I think it taught us two major things. The first thing is that we have an unbelievable team. You know, I've been so impressed and so inspired by how everyone has handled themselves during this time, and how we've been able to adapt and rebound, and how we've been able to continue to grow as a team, even when, unfortunately, there's so many companies and people out there that have not had that same, you know, opportunity. I think the second thing that it really challenged us on was realizing that we needed to, you know, have better crisis management, I think, in place, and better, you know, policies and procedures in place. You know, in the event that something like this ever happened, we could have never really, we didn't plan for something like this. And so it allowed us to get more involved with, you know, several different essential businesses that we were able to launch this year. It's allowed us to put some new policies and procedures in place as a company. And then it's allowed us to focus also on people development, you know, and make sure that that was true to our core and kind of reestablish our standards. So I think it challenged us to just think way more outside the box and be way more adaptable given this time.
All right, last question here. Where is the best place you have traveled with the company, and what was the experience like?
Ooh, yeah. Probably my favorite trip of all. I mean, I've been to 41 states with the company, so I've traveled all over. Probably one of my second favorite things about the company is just how much experience I've had, you know, an opportunity to get. But probably my favorite trip was in Jamaica in 2013. 2014. So we went to Jamaica. We took like an R&R trip there, and then I spent a few days there afterwards with, you know, several of the other market managers in the company. And it was Jamaica's beautiful, the weather and the beaches, and we did tons of activities. But again, I think, you know, my favorite part about the business is people, and so that has a lot to do with that being my favorite experience. I enjoyed every minute of the, you know, being with the people that I was there with, and, you know, getting to kind of rest and relax in the sun and enjoy some fun and some birds as well.
All right, well, thank you for sitting down with me today, and it was great to finally kind of get to know you more in depth, and I'm sure also look out for a catch-up with Kinsey, where you're going to learn more about just business tips and tricks and just more about the KC Standard.
Awesome.
See ya!
Thanks.